Spring is upon us. It's warm out. I wish the sun was out. It's a little bit cloudy up here. I heard the temperatures are supposed to drop just a little bit, but not too much. So I thought, let's take you outside and see daffodils. My tulips are also growing. I'm very excited. And also I planted some irises last year and they're about to bloom too soon. Very, very soon. Spring just around the corner. My brain is just filled with so many ideas, and the first thought that came to my mind was being spooky. I saw this cute design. I'm drawing a blank on who actually made it viral over on TikTok. I'll put it up here right now. But she made this beautiful pie skirt and I wanted one so badly, and I thought to myself, who would wear this on a daily basis? And my brain automatically thought of one character of mine. Her name is Dulcia Sweets. You know, guys, almost fell over. I really, really want to make her other outfit, her main outfit, which is like all this beautiful purple and pinks and blues, along with candy corn and lollipops and things like that. And probably from the design, you can already tell that she loves sweets. Dulcia Sweets is a OC that I created for the holiday Halloween. She is actually a descendant of the witch from Hansel and Gretel, but she's not that kind of witch. She doesn't eat children. She doesn't do any of that. One of these days, I'm just gonna create all of my OC characters into real life. I mean, I already have a couple. I have my Christmas ones. I have my Resident Evil one. I'm just so excited. I'm super excited to make it. I really am. And without further ado, let's go inside and go do it. While we're here cutting out some circle skirts for the filling of the pie skirt, let's talk about Dulcia a little bit more. Dulcia Sweets is, as I said, a sweets witch that is trying to break the mold of her family legacy. Instead of luring and eating children and people, she wants to give to and protect. Every Halloween, she saddles up on her broomstick to get many sweets and treats to give out, as well as protecting the children while they go door to door. She has 2 cats, one named Marshmallow and the other Chocolate. She lives in the forest of Halloween, where she bakes almost every day and hangs out from time to time with her friend Sam, who is an OC created by my lovely friend Rainbow Suspenders. Which, by the way, you should go check them out. They are awesome. So after cutting out the circle skirts, we will let them hang for about a day, and then we are going to sew them up. So now we can go work on the pie crust itself. I finally got the fabric for the pie crust itself, and I chose brushed wool because it has a better texture than felt to me. I don't like felt. The texture just throws me off. So I'm gonna use brush wool instead. It has, and I've used it before, so it has a nice sturdy quality to it. So first, I'm actually just gonna be cutting strips of this fabric out. And I'm thinking, if I look at here, I think 3 inches, 3-inch wide strips should be good enough for the pie crust itself. And then we will use whatever's left over for any decorations. And then also I have a fun little idea for decorations for the skirt too. I will be cutting out 3-inch long strips with not my normal scissor. I'm going to be using my pinking shears instead to give it a little bit more rigid textures. And this should not fray at all, but just in case, pinking shears will make sure it doesn't fray as much. So we are gonna do that. So this is what we're gonna start with, what I have right here, because my hand is starting to hurt a little bit. We have more when we need it. So we are going to make the lattice, and the best part about it is I already pre-cut some of the circle skirt, so I can figure out the circle skirt pattern and how long I need to make the square itself in order to fit it. After 2 days of cutting and then 2 days of putting the marks in from the painting shears. I don't know if you can see that with my forefinger. I had to take many breaks in between. It's a pain. Those painting shears are a pain on my middle finger because how the painting shears are set up, and cutting for a really long time with them really hurts, and I've taken many breaks. But days worth of painting shearing and pinning. It's all perfect. It's all latticed up. It's in a big square, 29 by 20, oh, actually 29 times 2. 58 by 58 to make this big old square. So the purpose of the square is so that I can make the circle skirt out of this and then just cut where I need to cut, so I can put the 2 strips along the bottom to make the pie crust. And I have a cute little idea for that. I won't be able to do the twist because I don't have enough fabric, which is fine. But for right now, we are going to sew up these little square areas on the sewing machine, and we will go from there and see how much I need for the bottom crust after I make the circle skirt. I'm just going to sew them up in a square where the cross parts meet, and then just go from there. So I can promise you today is actually still the same day. I had a mishap while making dinner. Oil got all over me, including my hand. It gave me a little singe, but I'm okay. So yes, it is the same day, I promise. And we have finally finished. Oh my goodness. Our little pie crust. Now, the goal, this is 29, oh, I already did this. This is 58 by 58 square. So what I'm thinking is, I know people just like lay it out on the ground and like cut the hole like precisely and then cut the edges. However, I'm thinking of actually folding this, if this is perfectly or almost perfectly 29 by, or not 29, 58 by 58 into 4s, and then tracing like I did with the circle skirts. And then so, and then pulling it up. We'll fix it when we put it on the table. So I'm gonna see how nicely those light up. So I'm gonna go line this up onto the cutting table, and we will go from there. And hopefully I won't cut this wrong. It shouldn't be like that. I'm just using the original circle skirts that I made here in order to find out the length of the pie crust circle skirt, and then I'm just gonna cut it like a normal circle skirt. So the waistband is on. There is a little bit of tweaking I have to do at the bottom. It might be a little bit shorter than I initially wanted, but I can probably fix that when I actually make the twist crust. And I think I actually have enough. I kind of want to use this leftover like I did for the waistband, but I want to do this with like a little beret maybe. It would be really cute. So we're gonna see how much I have left over of that. But I do have plenty, like maybe 6 inches left width-wise to do a possible twist at the end. So like maybe cut them into, I would cut them into like 3 1.5 inches and then braid it, sew it on, like tack it on by hand and things like that. Or I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I know I'm really tired and I have to go finish up a very, very important project for my graduate class, and then I will finish this all tomorrow. I really didn't want this to be a 3-day project, but I guess it's a 3-day project now. So today it's just a couple things left on this pie skirt. I have to do the twists here for the bottom, and then I just have to put a closure on that. I'm thinking like maybe a hook and bar to put on that, and to figure out the issue with the length. I think I cut it a certain way, and this happens sometimes. I'll just put my half circle skirt onto it and just trim where I need to trim, and then I have to make up the circle skirts for the underneath part, and then the skirt will be done. And then I'm planning on making like a little tiny beret after I'm done with everything, using whatever I have left over. So let's get to twisting. This is how I made the whipped creams. I just got something that was circular and shaved and traced around it and just cut those out. And then I made little cuts equal in length and apart from each other. And then once I did all of that, I rounded off the edges, and then I took a hand needle and I sewed up from the point to point and then pulled tight. And then I had a little whipped cream. And then I attached it to the skirt with some fabric glue equally apart from each other. And now with that, it is off to the reveal. So, what went right? What went wrong? I absolutely adore this skirt. I think it's super cute. My mother loves the little whipped creams that I made. I put at the bottom. She does not like the twist on it, which is fine. That's all I had left of the fabric, so I couldn't really make a braid or anything fancy like that. I think I would make these squares a little bit smaller in order for it to hold on to more of the fabric going down so it doesn't dip as much. I think another change that I would make is the style of skirt. Instead of a circle skirt, I think an A-line skirt would be so much better, like having a pattern drawn out and just putting the cross hatches on like that instead, because I think it just can't support the weight of all the circle because I'm much taller and I like my skirts to be longer below the knee. Another issue that I found while cutting it out, maybe I should have done the fact that I should just put it on the ground and just draw the circle skirt to make sure that it's set right, nice and all that. But you know what, we live and we learn. Another thing is too that this is not a skirt, this orange skirt is not a skirt that you saw in the beginning of the video. It is actually one that I made up after the fact because the skirts that I made, due to the fact that there wasn't much fabric at Joann's anymore, unfortunately, I had to improvise. They were just too short for the crust itself, and it looked really weird. My mom even said it looked like cargo nets when it had no petticoat underneath. So this orange skirt is just fabric that I had left over from a different project that I need to go and fix. So I just made another circle skirt, made it a little bit longer. There's some sections of the skirt that I have to go back with my stitching because for some reason they did not stick when I put it through the machine at first. So yeah, I mean, I like it. It's cute. I might zhuzh it up a bit if I get more fabric. I might get more wool fabric, and I might change up the crust at the bottom. I might put something nice at the waistband. The waistband is kind of That's why I didn't really want to show it. It wasn't really pretty. It's just the typical waistband that you would see. And then, yeah, no, I even with all its flaws, I think it's really, really cute. The petticoat really adds to it, and yeah, I like it. I'll probably make more skirts to go with it, like maybe red or a blue one to make cherry or blueberry pie. I mean, I would absolutely love an apple pie one, but I love apple pie. Apple pie is one of my favorites, like anything apple. Apple is like my favorite flavor. So I'm planning on, instead of like doing big costume stuff, to do like smaller projects that are like normal day wear, because I've noticed that I lack really cute dark academia or just spooky clothing in my day-to-day apparel. Most of my stuff is very business casual because of my job. I want a little bit more variety in my closet. And I have this cute little top that I want to make so badly, a long, but I'm afraid that I'll be using a fabric that I'm going to be using for Agatha's shirt. So we'll see. We'll see what the future has. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see new fun content from me. I have so many plans in the future. If you have been here for a little bit, I can't wait to see you in the next one.